It's one thing being on the right path, the good path, the old path, but what happens when we get scared? What happens when things get a little bit difficult? Because God never promised that the path we walk would be completely easy. He says there will be difficulties, there will be trials. How do we carry on when we don't always feel like it? Well, today's story is based on an event that happened to me many years ago when I was living in an island called Tenerife. Now, Tenerife is an island just off the coast of Africa, and I used to go visiting the small island next to it called La Gomera because of the hiking. And I used to love to hike in this place, and really it's where I developed my passion for hiking. And on one day, I had my little book of walks, and I saw a walk. I thought, this sounds great, and it was going to be a walk to a particular village. Now, in the walk, there was a little exclamation mark, and that was given because if you suffer from vertigo, which is like a fear of heights, it meant that there could be a spot on this walk where you'd feel a little bit uncomfortable or maybe a little bit dizzy. So I started this walk, and I do suffer a little bit from vertigo. So I started on this walk, and it was fine to begin with, and here I am, or here's somebody taking this walk. Okay, so I'm about to do this walk, and after about 15 minutes, I notice something starts to change with the landscape. And what's happening is the land to my left, it feels as if it's just sloping away from me. And not only that, the land to my right starts to get a little bit higher. And it all got a little bit uncomfortable. And you know, it wasn't even that bad, but I thought, wow, here I am. I've hit that part of the walk where I get vertigo, and I felt sick, and I started to stop, and I thought, I can't take another step. And I really was scared. And I thought to myself, come on, this is silly. What do I do? How do I get through this? Because I'm sure I don't want to stop and have to turn around and go back. And I thought, this is what I'll do. I'll just keep my eyes on the path. And I'll put one foot in front of the other. I'll keep looking where I'm going. And that way I can get through this difficult part. And that's what I did. I kept my eyes on the path because the path was flat. The path was good. The path was old. And it got me through. I got to the village. It was an abandoned village of three houses. So I felt a little bit flat. I thought, well, I don't just want to come back the way I went. I thought I want to go back a different way and make something of this journey. And also I read that there was an interesting valley that I would walk past. So I thought, I'll do that. And as I carried on my walk, suddenly I began to realize something pretty scary, that I hadn't hit the vertigo part yet. I was about to hit it. And this was much worse than anything I'd seen previously. It seemed as if the land was falling away to the side. It got scarier and scarier. But it wasn't the end of it. It just got worse and worse until I was walking along this. Now, I remembered the same thing, the same lesson that got me through the first stage. Keep your eye on the path. Just take one step. This path is good. I don't have to worry about what's here. I don't have to worry about what's there. Just keep walking. And that's what I did, and I got through the path. You know, God puts us on a path through life. And it's not a path with a crazy pipe dream that you're going to see something that isn't really there at the end. He puts us on a path that's going to take us to a real treasure, an eternal reward where we're going to be with Him forever. And there are going to be times on that path where we feel scared. There are going to be times where we'll feel so scared that we'll want to stop and think, I can't take another step. But remember this, God never asks us to climb the cliff. He never asks us to jump off the edge. He says, carry on the path that He's put before us. You see, I learnt a very valuable lesson that day, and what I learnt actually fits in with what the Bible says. This is what Proverbs verse 4 says, chapter 4, verse 25. Keep your eyes on the path and look straight ahead. Make sure you are going the right way, and nothing will make you fall. Keep your eyes on the path. You know, it's not just enough that we keep our eyes on the path. The Bible reminds us of something else. In Psalm 23, that famous psalm, in verse 4, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? Because you are with me. You see, when we take these walks through life, remember, Jesus comes with us. He is behind us. He is in front of us. He is by the side of us. He is there with us. How do we continue when things get scary? We keep our eyes on the path. We remember that God has set this path through it, and God will be with us every step of the way.